Hello, guys. Hope all is well. This is Ken here from the Rug Detective Show, coming to you with another phenomenal episode. Doesn't matter where you are in the world right now. Crypto is the space. This is where you should be focused on. Just going to give you a very quick update. I know I've been talking a lot about DDS and it's going to continue because it's such a phenomenal project that they're doing. Just a very quick one. Just going to give you a heads up in where they are today. In the meantime, please make sure you go on to Twitter and you like, you subscribe, or you follow me. You go onto my YouTube, make sure you follow. I'm coming up with so much value added information for people in the crypto space in terms of education, understanding more about the markets, learning decision making about certain entries in the trade, what you should look for before you even entertain getting involved, making sure you stay out of getting scammed, getting rug pulled. We're trying to minimize that risk. Hence the slogan, find the crypto gems and shut down the scammers. Yes, we need to feed our familiar. So we want to do everything we can to be able to have longevity in this whole space. So let's get straight to it. So this is the price. This is DDS, digital dollar store. What they're basically doing is they're building like a Shopify e-commerce spot for the whole crypto space with NFT. NFT is a huge trend and movement, and I see this continuing for the next few years, to be honest, in this space. We are also now hearing, I don't know if you watched Chamath Puppeteer. He's, a well-known SPAC, big, fund investor in this space. Previously, one of the early employees at Facebook. He's actually now starting to invest heavily in NFTs. So NFTs and also stablecoins. So this is just a heads up. I don't know if you're aware of this, but this is just a heads up. So anything connected to this space, you're going to see huge pops in a trend moving forward. So anyway, I started talking about this specific interesting project literally once it listed. So it was around $2 area. I actually got involved in this price, $2.40. Normally for me, I'm not, what I do is I do in-depth due diligence and research before I even say what I'm doing. And this is no financial advice. I'm just really giving you a breakdown publicly, showing you these are the things I look at. This is the education. This is the reason why I'm not interested in this project. And basically, it's just down for you to be able to say, oh, cool, that's a nice project. Or no, I totally disagree with you. I'm just really providing this education to really help the whole ecosystem. So anyway, basically the price popped to the upside. It's really continued moving from that 230, 240 level when I got in, and we've just seen a phenomenal climb to the upside. It started to oscillate slightly in a range, which is fair enough, because obviously people are starting taking some small profits off the table. As I always say, risk management is crucial. When you take profits off the table, it doesn't mean that you're not bullish or confident about the project. It just means that you're utilizing correct risk management strategy to really prolong your, let's say, your future, your career in this space. Yes, because I've seen it far too long where people will just say, listen, it's going to be 100x, it's going to be amazing, and you don't even take any money off the table. Okay, so it's extremely important, as the price is moving in your favor, start taking some profits off the table. And obviously, as I said, we're going to be doing a risk management class for the Patreon users, members. So if you're not one of the members, please go on to, you can check the link in Twitter and also in the description in my rugs checklist, and also on YouTube, to be able to, support the cause and follow and really find some hidden gems that I really explain and show. So anyway, so we've just seen that price found support at about $4.80 level. Nice support here. And we've just seen a continue upside movement. And what happens here is that this provided some form of good value for people to get back into the price, with targets of previous high around $7. We did breach above that, about $7, or tested actually $8 all-time high. And we're seeing a continuation to the upside. The reason for that is we're now starting to get some news that a few days ago they came out that they're doing a rebrand. So rebranding of the site. I did mention to you before that the site looks very bright, but definitely needs some improvement in terms of the UI. I did explain this to the team, the founders, that these are the areas that you need to work on. So they're now starting to iterate. So what I do like about the team, obviously the dev, everyone, is that they're listening to the information. So the community, they listen to people like myself and other people in the space and saying, listen, because we have the experience. My background is, from funds. So obviously I had a small, fund office. Also, I have expertise in development. So, source code, understanding, reading source code, to auditing. So we have obviously an auditing branch. We call this the Rug Detectives Auditors. Okay, we've got some big news coming out with that very shortly. And also I've got experience in terms of like on-page, off-page analysis in terms of websites. So I'm a real, jack of all trades. So I understand it's extremely important to have something pleasing unto the eye. So this is the website branding they're looking to do, which is absolutely phenomenal. So they're working on that. Active user interaction, increasing brand awareness. This is extremely crucial so you can continue to see the movement. So this is a glimpse of how it's going to look in terms of their site, which is fantastic. And then they're going to have certain products and products that are trending. Then the amazing thing here is the Tesnet. I always say it's important to see how well a specific project is moving and iterating in terms of the launch, because one can have no product initially, and then what tends to happen is that the whole optimism fizzles out if they're not deploying new code. So now we had news that today, Wednesday the 17th, they're looking to basically launch on the Tesnet, DDS Tesnet of the unified e-commerce platform. And then they'll be listing a few products for the user to check out. So this is just showing you that this is what they're doing, okay? And then mainnet, main network, also known as mainnet, is a high stable and completely functional version of the blockchain. So basically they're saying that it displays the efforts and resources invested by the team into the blockchain. So mainnet is scheduled to be launched in 2 weeks. However, we're trying to ensure that this hits the marketplace before the mentioned time frame. So I do believe in the near distant future the mainnet will be out. But I think what's extremely important now is get the testnet out, show the community what you're doing, start adding products, start building up the trend, then start opening that gap in terms of marketing, so you can start reaching businesses to get letter of intents and say, listen, this is what we're doing, would you be interested in being one of our partners, playing a role in terms of what we're doing, being a client. So this is when you start bridging that gap. Yes. And then when you have the mainnet, that's when you then start now looking to start charging, right? Charging customers, and then you start generating revenue. So the people that have, put their trust in investing in the project from a investment aspect, and now seeing the dividends paying, as we've seen, phenomenal, looking at 4x nearly for myself. But we're then starting to see revenue being generated for the company, which means they'll have capital on the balance sheet that they can be able to start using for product development, for research, for different aspects to really grow so they can become an 800-pound gorilla. So this is what we're looking at. This is exactly what I'm talking about. So this is the news that's looking to come out today, but we've obviously seen that the prices moved prior to that, as it always happens. So that's that. In terms of looking at the smart contract, as I always say to you, very, very important. So the smart contract here, let's go to here. You can be able to see the holders. So right now there are 854 holders. Phenomenal percentage increase. You've seen the transactions here that's taken place. And if you scroll down, you can see the amount of tokens that's locked with team finance in terms of like team tokens and stuff like that. And then you can see the fair distribution of all of the wallets. So the top wallets, so 5% is the max, and it scrolls down. And this is really good. So you don't have a wallet that has 50%, for example, and it's unlocked. That means that they can basically just sell the tokens and pull huge sell pressure. But this is not the case here. So there's a fair distribution of the token allocation. So this is absolute. And what I mean by distribution is that you don't have one person that has a large portion of that in terms of investment, which is fantastic. So anyway, that's that. Please make sure you pop along. I've got the checklist here. This is the scam wallets list. We've actually added another company here. This is Polkaset. They basically raised 200 ETH and rug pulled and basically had $22 in liquidity for 266, some crazy, absolute craziness. And my question is how can these type of companies even raise this amount of money? So this is the wallet of the specific deployer, was actually had about $175,000 sitting. So just be aware, if you're looking at any project, make sure you copy and paste the token address and also the deployer wallet. So you go to contract, you go to contract creator. So for any projects you're interested in, just copy and paste that and then put that in to here. When you do a search, just to see, so we're building up a list of all these scam artists, so just be aware of that. Then I also have the DeFi checklist, so it gives a full breakdown of from on-page analysis, product pre-sale, company lockup, liquidity, partnerships. So this is the things that I go through before when I look at every single project, and then I'll make a decision. So auditors, repositories, risk management. I've added risk management now. This is free, by the way. And basically when you're in a specific trade, put down the entry price, put down the amount you invested, and then put down the target price and why, okay? Because this is now you're starting to ask yourself questions. Why did I get in this trade? Where am I looking at selling a part or all of my position? And then afterwards, you write down the results. Did you make a profit? Did you make a loss? And what changes would you make next time? We have to, as human beings, especially in this space, we have to evolve, we have to grow, we have to learn from our experience. And then I put down advantages and disadvantages of the project and my results. So that's that there. And then I've got here just an auditor's list of things to look at. And then basically there's trading opportunities, rankings, and risk. So this basically I give updated opportunities that I'm looking at in the space without prior notice. So if this is within the Patreon group, and then also rankings of top projects on a month-to-month basis, and then a risk management course that will be commencing next week, and we'll be doing different, let's say, tutorials of that. And then also I have like projects of the month. So project of the month covering due diligence, direct private conversations with founders. We're taking this to another level. We have to see ourselves as, big players in this space, whereby we have direct contact to the founders, to the devs. I'm not interested in just, going on a Telegram group and chatting to the admin, with due respect. If I'm looking to get involved in these projects now, I want to pick up the phone. I want to be on Telegram. I want to have direct conversations with the founder and say, listen, and what this does is it gauges to see the interaction, whether they're really interested in engaging in a conversation, and then really understanding what their roadmap is long term. And then I can then say, this is interesting. And then I can be able to then say, great, I'm looking to invest. I work heavily on intuition. That's one of my extreme strong points, intuition. Hence the reason why I built up this whole, Rug Detectives list and value add. So anyway, guys, don't want to take too long. Just giving you a quick heads up. Please make sure you follow, like, subscribe. And boop, boop. I'll see you soon. Lots of love. Bye-bye.